doing thing. Well, this old truck of mine, I tell you what, man, she bringing me up and down this here road like it ain't no thing. But I'm telling you, I be fixing shit left on right on this truck. You know, I got a 40K loan for this truck, 550,000 miles. If I would have just got took my time and put in for 20K more, I could have got a better truck with an APU. But I was in such a big rush and I was trying to make the cheaper payments. But I could have got a truck with 250,000 miles and I wouldn't have had to worry about the problems that I'm having to deal with now for at least another 300,000 miles. You know what I mean? You know, everything that's rubber is going out on this truck. And I'm having to fix. I got a secondary gauge air leak. I replaced the purge valve in my air dryer. The leak slowed down, but it's still there. I'm gonna have to replace my air dryer. Now, it could be because I seen a bottle of ABC air system conditioner in this truck. Now, in the wintertime, some of these air system conditioners have water added with methanol or other types of alcohol. You got methanol, you got isopropyl alcohol, all other different kinds of solvents and alcohols that they mix with water. I'm not saying ABC does it. They didn't say what their ingredients was on the ingredients list. But what I'm saying is that even if it was pure alcohol, it damages rubbers. It draws up rubber. Even pure methanol or isopropyl alcohol draws up rubber. And you pouring this stuff in your air system trying to clean whatsoever out. In the wintertime, you got a line freezing up. If the one that you're using has water mix, it's just gonna make it worse. It's gonna freeze up in your air dryer canister. I've had to replace one of those before. And if not do that, it's gonna draw up the rubber seals in your air dryer, have your air dryer leaking. I replaced the purge valve on here, and I'm holding air. I'm DOT legal, but I have a small little air leak. I'm gonna have to replace that air dryer. So it's one headache after another on this truck. So, but she holding me down. That's all I got to say about that. So, I'm getting ready to go pick up a load here pretty soon. So yeah, man, it's money out here, but it's money tight. Anytime JB Hunt throw the food out there on the table, you got to grab yours before somebody else grab theirs. You know, loads out here, but you got to get them, and you got to run, man. You can't be at home. You got to run to get yours to pay the bills. You know, all I can say is thank God I have a lower truck payment. So, yeah. Yeah, man, it is what it is. I'm depending on the Creator to take care of me. It's all gonna work out in the end, you know. Whatever happened, I'm depending on the Creator to take care of me. I'm getting ready to go out on another run, you know, right now. So it's all good. So, well, yeah. I still haven't winterized the truck. I got to winterize. I got to load test my batteries, make sure they good. I checked the freeze point on my antifreeze in the reservoir, but I want to draw a sample past the reservoir. You know, I'm gonna loosen my coolant filter and let a little bit of water from that drip in a cup, and I'm going to test from that. You know, make sure my freeze point is good. I don't need my block freezing up or anything cracking. I've got to make sure that's good. So it's always some work to do. One thing about owner-operator just when they get roll from the truck, they just can't go home and go to bed. If you know how to fix something, you better fix it, because you put it in the shop, you're going to be in a world of hurt. But I can't fix everything. I got to get some rest. I got to find me a shop, you know. So, yeah. But all in all, is everything good. When I get through with this trip, I'll tell you guys how this trip goes, you know. So, this old truck holding me down, man. The engine run good. Oh, I want to tell you guys something else about Lucas. You know, I had Lucas in my engine. I had a little oil pan leak. I put some Lucas. It wasn't that really that. It wasn't leaking. It was just wet. And I put some Lucas engine oil stop leak, and it worked. 1 quart. If I was to put some Lucas in my engine, I would just put 1 quart in my engine. You know. On top of that, I was topping off my oil with I had a 2-gallon jug of Lucas oil. I do not recommend that freaking oil. When I put that oil in my truck was making all kind of noise. The compressor was making all kind of noise. I don't know what kind of oil. I know the dealership put 10W30 in there. My truck was quiet. You know. I put that Lucas engine oil stop leak. My truck was quiet. When I put that Lucas 1540 oil in this truck, oh, my truck was making all kind of noise. And it wasn't thick. It ran like regular motor oil. So, in these modern trucks, if I was to put some Lucas, I'd just put 1 quart of oil stop leak. That's it. I wouldn't put no more than that in my truck. I just put regular old 1540. Man, I changed my oil. I put some of that Mobil Delvac 1300 in there. My engine quieted up like a big dog. It quieted up. It's running real smooth. When I turn the key over to crank it up, it spins over real fast. That tells me there's a lot less friction going on in there. I put 1540 in there. I did a video on oil. 10W30 only protect you to around 80-something degrees, 80, 90 degrees. But we all know here in Texas, it gets about 105, 107. 10W30 don't protect your engine that high. So why do they put it in the truck? Well, the quicker you start getting blow by on that engine and them rings, the quicker you're gonna run in that, you're gonna be in the shop trying to get your engine rebuilt or get you another truck. One of the two. But 1540 protect you all the way up to 100 and something degrees in the summertime and protect you down to 0 in the wintertime. And how far it goes, it'll protect you into the negative a little bit. I did a video on it, check it out. But 10W30 will protect you into the negative a little bit more than 1540, but you need an engine heater. If it's that damn cold, I don't care what kind of oil. You don't want to put that thin ass oil in there, because when it gets warm, when the engine gets warmed up, now you got super thin oil in there. So if it's that cold, shit, you need to have your engine heater on in your truck. Or, you know, I remember back when I was 20 years old, I lived up in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and we would run the truck all night. When you come in for that day, to keep them from having to your bus not starting up, we run the buses all night through the week. When you done, you leave that bus running. That saves them jump starting and their engine troubles, you know, or whatnot. So, yeah, because your oil gonna heat up to what? Your oil gonna heat up to 175 degrees or some shit like that in the truck. What you want 10W30 in there for? You know. So, yeah, I recommend Mobil Delvac. It's a synthetic blend. My engine running real smooth, real quiet and stuff like that. I bet I'm gonna get better fuel economy, and it's 1540 motor oil, synthetic blend. And get it from Walmart. I got 2 5-gallon pails. My truck, I got that MP8 engine in there. It takes 10 gallons of oil. It takes 10 gallons of oil, and I got a real good price. I got 5 gallons for what, about $60? When you go to AutoZone, you get 2.5 gallons for $50. So it's Walmart. Get your oil from Walmart. You can get premium oil at a good price if you get it from Walmart. You know, and they got them 5-gallon pails. You have to pump it out or whatnot. I bought me a 5-gallon pail hand pump. You know, I pump it in there, and I didn't have no 10-gallon pail to drain my oil. But what I did was, I had a 5-gallon pail. I drained it. I let that 5-gallon pail fill up, and then my oil was cold. My truck was totally cold. So when it filled up, I just put the plug back in there, got oil all over my hands, and went and drained that 5-gallon pail into a 5-gallon bucket that I had, and then stuck it back under there and let the rest of the oil out, and changed the oil filters and all that, and put the plug back in there, pumped the rest of the new oil in the truck, and then I put the old oil into the empty new oil bucket. That's how I did that. So yeah, I recommend Lucas for your rear ends and your hubs, you know, especially that stop leak, hub oil stop leak. Put that in your rear ends. It ain't gonna hurt them rear ends at all. It probably give you better fuel economy. You know, if you got a manual transmission, I recommend it in the manual transmission. I wouldn't put too much in automatic. Your front hubs, you put it in your front hubs. But in the engine, I wouldn't put but one port, and that's only if you need it, really need it. You know, I don't have any in this engine right now. I just got that Mova Delvac 1300. That's some good oil. I like it. I like how my motor sound. My oil pressure went up at idle. My oil pressure is up at idle. I like that. You know, I think my oil pressure went up to about 10 points at idle. Then with that 10W30 in there, you know. So I put me a new air cleaner in there. You know, this air cleaner was full of dirt. Whoever had this truck before me was working construction or oil field or something, because and all that fine dirt particles get past the engine air cleaner. Okay, it do, and it'll go through your engine, it'll go through your air compressor, and your airlines too, I believe. You know, so anyway, I replaced that. So when I get through with this next trip, I'll let you guys know how everything goes. I'll holler at y'all later. Creator, hold me down.